Voicemails, voicemails, voicemails. It's a Wednesday. Voicemails, voicemails, voicemails. My favorite day, my birthday. Voicemails today.
Whoa.
Welcome to the voicemail app. I am Joez and McFly, joined here by BBD and Alex Grab at the Grappler's Corner. What's going on? How are you guys doing today? This is the show that is run by you, for you, and by you, how you. Give us a call, 908-845-5792. We want to hear from you. You ready?
I'm always ready, Joez.
Yanks are good.
They're
Went
good.
to the
They're
game
playing
today.
The Twins.
Playing the Twins. Trevor Plouffe was in the office. He wasn't happy because of yesterday's game. People are listening to this tonight, right?
Yeah.
Today. Okay, good. So Trevor Plouffe was not happy today.
Trevor Plouffe isn't happy as you're listening to this.
However, I will see him at the ballpark as I am going there today, and I'm wearing my Glaber shirt, who's my homer pick for this week. Are you guys ready for yet another week of voicemails?
Always ready.
Hope you got some good ones.
Oh, we do.
Let's get it.
Here we go.
Hey guys, this is Uday, longtime fan. Thanks for everything you guys do. So my question is about comparing this team to the 2022 team. Obviously, both teams got off to great starts. The 2022 team actually was 3 games better than the Yankees at their current pace. As we know, that team faded away pretty quickly. But just wanted to understand from you guys, what are 3 reasons why you think the 2024 team won't suffer the same fate as 2022? Thanks, guys.
I love this question. You know why, BBD? Because I'm actually working on a YouTube video for the Joez McFly Sports Channel for this.
Oh.
So I am glad that you are asking that, good sir, because a couple of things for me. 3 reasons. One of them being IKF not being on the team. The second being Josh Donaldson not being on the team. And the third being that the team is not so dependent on only Aaron Judge. But seriously, number one is that the team is all around good.
Yeah.
And Aaron Judge, if Aaron Judge is not having a good day, we're still having a chance to win. This pitching staff, in my opinion, is better because we do not have Cole. That team had a lot of things go right for it, which is why it had its record compared to the 98 team and all of that stuff, which I didn't like that.
Yeah,
This team actually had so many things, BBD, go wrong. And then the fact that they are here where they are at today, their record being
I believe 43-19.
3-19, just shows you how much better this team is. We're getting Cole back. We have a Juan Soto. Jason Dominguez is coming. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, and it's a lot of the same things we've said, in the offseason, why you feel good about the team even with other question marks that we had for different times in the offseason. It's even last year, so not 2022, but last year it was a lot of talks about in the time Judge played, their record during those games as a playoff team, and they added a second Judge, maybe a guy even better than Aaron Judge.
Right.
So having 2 of those guys gives you cushion if either one of them isn't going. That 2022 team, obviously Garrett Cole was there and good, and on the whole, especially early, that pitching staff did a really good job. Statistically, they were good, but
Yes.
in our heart of hearts, that rotation was still Cole and the question marks.
Yes.
And this year, it is much fewer question marks. Coming into the year, sure, did we think both Nestor and Rodon would click?
Even Heel.
No. Heel was a big question mark. Not supposed to be part
Correct.
of this rotation.
At all.
Stroman, not really a question mark. Stay healthy.
Yes.
That's it. But every pitcher is just as long as they're healthy, you're good. He was as close to a sure thing besides Cole as we've had.
I also think a big difference between that team and this team is Boone's confidence as a manager. That's a big thing. And the lineup and the consistency of that lineup being the same, basically for the most part, every single day, the same lineup.
Yeah.
I think that is big for the team. I think Paul O'Neill always talked about it, about how him hitting with Bernie around, like the same people around him kind of helped him mold his game and kind of play his game. Because if Bernie's taking in that bat a certain way, if Jeter's taking in that bat a certain way, then he can approach that pitcher a certain way as well. So there's
You
something
get used
to
to
continuity.
how the guys around you are going to take certain at bats.
Oh, yeah.
You just get used to your routine. In general, just top to bottom, this roster feels very comfortable.
Yes.
And everybody is playing with just like a confidence about them that even in the good times during 22, that first 2 months or so, that it was different. It was Judge is going nuts, and Rizzo was good too. Like that was just a good year for him.
Yes.
Stanton was good in the first half,
Right.
but top to bottom, that team was not this confident. They had
Right.
IKF, who had not figured it out, and he had a hot streak at some point in there, fairly early. But like Donaldson could never just really fully get it going. Hicks did not fully get it going. Like they had those three guys who were black holes in the lineup,
And they were still
good
record-wise.
with just one guy going way off.
There
Rizzo
were
and Stanton were good.
there were a lot of deodorized elements to that team.
Ooh,
You like that?
I like that.
There were a lot of deodorized elements to that team because of the record, guys, and because of how good Judge and how good Giancarlo was as well, and how good Garrett Cole was. A lot of good deodorants in the team. This team, natural BO is actually pretty good. Where the things that you have to deodorize are things that it's like, okay, these things smell like pretty good anyway, like Garrett
Yeah.
Cole. So we're good. That's basically the difference to me. There's more things like numbers wise
Yeah.
that I think that hold up longer. But for the most part, it's that. I love this team more than that one.
I love this team more than that one.
I was happy, but I kind of cringed every time that I heard the 98 team compared to it because I got scared. Oh, no team that has done this not won the World Series. And guess what? That was the first team.
At this point during that year, I did feel good. I'm trying to remember that. Like I felt confident, but that was with assuming one of those other pieces was gonna click and they'd do the like super ad that we knew they needed to do. It just seemed like outside of like add a reliever.
What did the
which,
Yankees
like,
add at the deadline there?
That was an eventful deadline for them.
Right.
They got Montas. They did the Monty for Bader swap.
Right.
They got Efros. Trevino comes in the Montas deal. Okay. So they did.
They made some moves,
but you know the Bader trade, the instant reaction, that was a bad time. For that year, and it worked out fine.
Oh, because we traded away Monty.
Monty for Bader. It's because they'd just gotten Montas, who we thought would be better.
Right.
We still, I think all
felt
like they needed to do one more thing.
There was one more trade. Oh, I think we were supposed to get Pablo Lopez and did not go through.
Lopez for Glaber, got close.
Which I think that move would have actually been really good for the Yanks. But how did I don't think Lopez actually finished the year really good that year.
Either. I don't think so.
We'll look into it, but
Glaber finished bad that year.
Yeah, he did finish bad.
He was good, and he did not finish strong.
That's interesting. There are a lot of things that would have gotten that team over the hump.
Yeah, and we knew going in that just that team needed to do some things and make some additions.
Yeah, now that I remember talking about that deadline.
This year's we're going in. We're just saying add a reliever because every team adds a reliever.
Right.
One more pitching injury, and sure, you're probably in the starting pitching market.
Right. They might add like a depth starter though, like somebody that they can just bring in that has that you could have innings.
Yeah, the Jaime
that you could bring in. Yeah, like a Garcia or something. Somebody that could be like a long guy as well.
Oh, that Glaber August was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that team had a tough August.
That team had a really bad August.
You remember that? That was bad.
So
the dog days are coming, though, guys. Dog days are coming. Dog days are coming.
I had the August monthly pass for that month, and
man, it was terrible. It was terrible.
An otherwise pretty good year,
right?
Awful month.
The whole time I was like coping. Like I was just straight copium because I was like, hey, we banked all those wins so that we can lose now. We got to lose some games, you know? It was like, even the 98 Yankees had a bad September, but even the
Gonna
September
have a bad
wasn't.
month for sure.
All right. The team wasn't.
Never had a good September.
Yeah. But the team wasn't like scorching
No.
going into
No, they I think
October.
put together what ended up being a good September record-wise, but they didn't feel amazing.
right.
17-8 September. Okay.
Cool. Yeah, a lot to love with this year's team. Our next caller has one player in particular that he loves.
Luis Hill is the best pitcher in baseball. Not only is he going to win Rookie of the Year and start the All-Star game, he's going to win the AL Cy Young Award unanimously. I'm calling it. This is Carlo from Brooklyn. Ciao.
Big K. Let's go. I mean, of course, I want that for sure.
I want that. There's a path to that.
Need that. They did talk in the broadcast yesterday about how Luis Hill could stay in the rotation, about how to, maybe you don't do the whole innings thing that you did with Jabba, but it could be more of like, hey, you know what? Tonight we're going to give him 80 pitches and we'll figure it out. Or maybe tonight he doesn't have it as much, so no matter what, we're going to take him out at 4 innings. They could kind of do that because
maybe when he starts facing a team,
I do get
for
scared.
a second time, and it's like, all right, this time around, just 2 times through,
Yes.
and that'll save you a few bullets.
I do get scared coming off of his injury, Tommy John.
Yeah, they do have to.
He can't
remain
do
mindful.
200. I hope everybody knows that. And I feel like to win the Cy Young, you got to kind of be up there in innings.
Gotta be
But
up there.
hey, we can surprise if he's super dominant. Maybe they'll figure something out. But
Yeah.
yeah.
If he keeps this up, he will be in contention for the Cy Young Award. It's already been a great year. It
Absolutely.
can remain a great year, even if there is a fall off here a little bit.
And it will
Remember
happen.
what the expectations are. I don't think he's finishing this year with an ERA in the ones. But
it'll happen, guys. He'll have
maybe.
a 5-start stretch where maybe things are not spectacular, and maybe he gave up 4 runs in one or 6 runs in one day. Like, it's possible. I don't want it to happen, but it's baseball, guys. Like, it just happens. Now, when that happens, I think the Yankees being smart would be great. I think if you could skip a start every now and then, that would be awesome.
Yeah, and they have some time before they're going to
Yeah.
be, before they're going to have to be like forced to do anything like that. It would be fully like their choice. At some point, I imagine we'll do a skip start.
I love your energy,
or
Pop. I
whatever.
love that. We need Luis Hill to not even think about an innings thing. I don't even want him thinking about it. I want the Yankees to then go to him and be like, yo, so that we could get mad. We have a 50-game lead, and then we're mad about Luis Hill not pitching into the 6th inning because he has 60 pitches. And we took him out
Yeah,
with a 50-game lead on the division.
he's had stretches this year that weren't like impressive. His stats for April, he had a ERA of 4.01
Right.
at the end of the month. He had the 7 walk day. Like I remember shortly, I think between those 2 Toronto starts, I at one point said like, hey, technically like Heal 3 starts in, he's been worse than the previous start each time. So this isn't a season where he just hasn't struggled. Like he's had to learn things.
You're cheesing.
He'll have some other 3-game stretch like that at some point, I'm sure.
Yes. Yes.
But it's very hard not to be falling in love with this kid.
Absolutely. Let's go. Good question. Or statement. Or
Assertion.
assertion. Or assumption. Next caller.
On it.
Hi, Nat from LA here, proud
Hey.
owner of a That's Baseball Susan tattoo, having a great season so far. So my intergenerational Yankees group chat has been worried at times about the infield defense. We all know that Glaber is going to have his head in the clouds sometimes, but Volpe too has had his missteps, and Rizzo hasn't seemed very sharp at all this year. And I get especially nervy in closed situations, given the likelihood of ground balls when Clay is on the mound. So my question is the group chat being too critical? Statistically, how does our infield stack up to other teams in the league?
Great question. The one thing with Volpe that I don't want to say worry. I feel like worry is too strong of a word even. Volpe is the least person in the infield I'm worried about. I think his defense is solid. However, when he is covering the bag at second and trying to field the ball double play style from the second baseman to throw to first, sometimes that ball does kind of go other ways rather than right at the glove. Rizzo has worried me this year.
Yeah.
Glaber has made the really good plays. However, he's missed some as well. So I'd be concerned with the right side of the infield. That's fair.
Yeah, Glaber has defensively been the same Glaber as always.
Yes.
He'll make some good plays. He'll make some plays that confuse you. There'll be some plays you're like, how do you not get to that? But
Yes.
But on the whole, it's like, this is fine.
Yes. I will set your mind at ease. We do have DJ LeMahieu, who's really good at 3 defensive positions, in my opinion. He's good at first. He's really good at second. And he's very good at third base as well. I haven't looked at percentile numbers at each one of those, but every time I see him field the ground ball, it's just very, I have no worry when it comes to DJ LeMahieu. So when it comes to the left side of the infield, I have a lot less worry. And Oswaldo's has been a good third baseman, actually, defensively. Yeah. So if they did
He's
want
got that
to do
arm
that,
strength.
Correct. I think we're fine. I gotta see more about DJ or Rizzo to be more worried. Hopefully he gets it together.
Yeah,
it's been weird with him.
Rizzo, it's a very weird year. Technically, if you look at the splits and everything, he's actually been just like good versus righties. Not amazing, not what you want Anthony Rizzo to be, but versus righties, he's actually been like good.
Oh yeah.
And he's just not hitting lefties at all anymore, which in his career is not the case with him. He's been a guy who could hit both sides. The defense, I haven't been able to fully know what to make of it. All the metrics have never fully known what to do with any first baseman. And obviously his lapses are going to stick out in our head more than the highlights.
Right.
But it does feel like he's taken a step back defensively this year. And I think that's fair.
Yeah, it's been so weird. You're overreacting on one side of the infield. How about that? Your group chat could chill out on one, and then the other one, it's like, you know what? That's legit. But Glaber, I think has done enough right now that like by like another like week from now, most people will be just like fine with where he's at. Is there a way to check?
There's people who are never going to be. We're just not Glaber people.
Is there a way to check our infield defensively compared to others? I think there is, but
there's ways to do
really,
it, but it might not. I don't know,
I don't know how to do
check.
it quickly.
I can look into it.
Yeah.
The outside of like bullpen stuff at the deadline, the last week or so, I've figured out like, corner infielder that like hits lefties might be the move.
I mean, Gleyber Torres right now, 63rd percentile on range.
Not bad.
He's at, the outs above average. He's over that. He's at 1. So I can't really kill him there. His fielding run value is at 56 percentile. So he's like middle of the road kind of. Rizzo, I have not looked at Rizzo though, but Rizzo right now, I mean, Rizzo's on the wrong side of the line. He's at 42 percentile.
Yeah. Which isn't
it's not horrible.
Crazy.
He's at 0 outs above average.
Yes, which puts him middle of the pack.
Right. which is not
average.
atrocious.
He used to be very much a plus defender.
Yes.
On like a team level, the Yankees out of first base, which has been almost exclusively Rizzo, are tied for 10th in OAA.
Right. And I mean, Volpe is 97th percentile in fielding. So it's not even good. It's elite defensively. You know, his fielding run value is a 92 percentile. So he's really good. 5 outs above average. He gets to the ball. His arm strength is something to be desired, as he's only 28 percentile there. And for shortstop, that's probably not the best. But
yeah, if there's a skill, there's anything Dansby's shown us and a few other guys, but
right?
He's the one that's always at the top of our mind. If there's a part of infield defense you want to be the worst stat, or you want to be your weak link, especially in shortstop, arm strength, we can work with that,
Right.
But you can't fully teach range and having the good instincts there. You can learn more, but if you want one thing to not be like a plus, we can work with limited arm strength.
Oh, yeah.
And it's something he's worked to improve. I remember, I think it was spring training 22. He wasn't in MLB spring training, but there's a story that came out about how he like went to one of those like pitching labs in the off season to improve his arm strength at least a little bit. And Volpe's proven he'll work towards any of these deficiencies and seems to be a guy who wants to improve.
Facts.
And doesn't think he's better than that.
I like that.
All right. I think we're going to move on to a bit of a game for you guys. I'm curious if any of the current Yankees end up making their way into your thoughts here.
Game?
Hey guys, Dylan here, big fan. Wanted to get away from the 24 season, and I'd like to throw it back a little bit, and I want to hear your guys' all-time Yankee lineup. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Well, my all-time Yankee lineup, there'll be a lot of Yankees that I grew up watching. But at third base, I'll start left to right in the infield. All-time Yankee lineup for me, A-Rod at third. Shortstop is Jeter. Cano at second. At first, I will put Donnie Baseball. I'll put him there. Catching, Posada.
Yeah.
Personally, this is just me. I know Yogi and all of this stuff, but we're talking about my all-time list, and he was awesome, and I love his attitude. In the outfield, right to left, I'll put – oh, man, this is a lot more difficult because the Yankees have a lot of outfielders.
More outfielders to choose.
A lot more outfielders. I have to put Mickey Mantle in my outfield. So, oh, shit. I'm a DH Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
I'm putting Mickey Mantle in center field. I'll put Judge in right.
He's there.
And then I'll put Joe D in left.
Yeah, if we're allowed to do that.
Yeah, why not? I mean, he was a center fielder his whole life. He could play left field at Yankee Stadium. Who
Yankee
cares?
Stadium left field. He's in.
As far as pitching, gotta go Whitey Ford, Pettit, Mel, Stottlemyre, Guidry, CC,
Need a dog.
and Cole. That's 5, right? Or did I name 6?
I might have been 6.
I didn't name 6. Mel's out. Unless you want him that bad.
I guess
I'll take Cole.
I'll take Cole. All right. So, and then the best reliever ever in Mariano Rivera, obviously closing the game for me. And if I got to choose other relievers there, Catfish and Gossage. And you know what? Prime Betances.
Prime Dellin.
Oh,
Really as good as it gets.
and Andrew Miller. I need that lefty in there. If you give me that, yeah. I think I'm good there. I think I'm good there. I don't know. I don't know if you want to get into bench, or is there anybody that you would switch out or you would like to have on your team? Your team could be different than mine. That's fine.
It can be different. And my infield is gonna line up for the most part: second base, shortstop, third base. As much as I would love to include Greg Nettles in my all-time infield, just A-Rod. A-Rod's A-Rod. Then Lou Gehrig's an all-time player, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't be wrong to put him
you're right.
over Don Mattingly. Yanks have had a lot of good players.
Bro, he had how many? There's like a crazy stat about him RBI wise that I think Ruth led the league in homers, and Gehrig still had more RBIs than him somehow. I don't know how the hell did that happen.
That era,
It's insane. Lou Gehrig's the GOAT.
he's pretty awesome. There's, we mentioned Yogi in passing behind the plate. I think under my head, prime Thurman Munson with his MVPs and stuff.
Love that.
Outfield, if we're allowed to do some shuffling of the deck, I think I'd line mine up the same way you did.
Okay. Is there any other outfielder that we're probably missing? I mean, Bernie Williams deserves big time respect.
Bernie, and if he's our fourth outfielder,
I mean, Bernie's the man.
yeah, Gardy compiled.
Yeah. I mean,
I'd take him on the team and go to war with him any day.
yeah. He'll be like a bench runner.
But he's probably on our bench. If he's on the team.
Yeah.
Reggie.
Yes.
Reggie Jackson.
Reggie's the
Really
big one.
good.
Yeah. But I don't think that
Maris
he
is
could
a lot of
supplant
pop.
any of these outfielders that we have.
Oh, like they can judgy.
Right.
But
Oh my God, look at this. Look at this real quick. For 1934 for Lou Gehrig, 166 RBI, batting behind Ruth. How about 1930, 173 RBIs, 31. He had 185 RBI. Watching those games must have been insane. It's like, man, these guys, this shit's a conga line.
is it 1931? Babe Ruth drove in 162 RBIs in front of Lou Gehrig. Lou Gehrig scored 163 times. Ruth scored 149 times. Lou Gehrig and Babe Ruth both tied for the MLB lead with 46 homers. It was just actually not fair.
Lou Gehrig is low key like one of the best first basemen of all time. High key.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know why people like maybe because it's Ruth.
Ruth is on the team.
He's like he's the man, bro.
He's got 2 MVPs.
Let's go.
And he's crazy good.
Iron Horse.
Like obviously you know that. Like
Yes.
his stats are just stupid.
Very.
He has more MVPs than Babe Ruth.
That's wild, right? That's crazy. But it says something.
Lynn Larry at shortstop. I mean, you're not going to beat that.
Yeah. Yeah.
How have I never seen his name before?
Their
Lynn
hands. I would love to see like. So you ever meet a fireman and then you see like their hands are like I have friends that are firemen, and I see like whenever I go to like the firehouse, I'll see like those big Italian dudes. They have like these big.
They got mitts.
Mitts. I'm sure that those hands, like their hands, are insane. Like Yogi Berra's hands were probably like. I mean, he was out there catching fastballs with his bare hands, basically. That's crazy. Good stuff. Good question. Let us know what you're in the comments. Let us know what your. I mean, we'll probably have a lot of overlay. Try to be fun. Let's see what your whole lineup would be, or your whole layout.
Yeah.
Those guys you mentioned all won a lot of awards.
Yes.
And our next caller, Jordan, wants to know if there's some Yankees this year that might be in line for some awards.
Aaron Judge.
What's up, boys? Jordan from Boston. Okay, team has looked great this year. Got some award candidates, Judge MVP, Stanton or Rodon, comeback player of the year, maybe a couple silver slugs, maybe Volpe Gold Glove again. So over under 3.5 player awards at the end of the season. What do you think? Thanks. Go Yanks.
3.5 player awards.
So assuming that, if that includes like silver sluggers,
then yes, I'll choose the over.
Over.
I mean, then there's Gold Gloves, which Volpe can get one.
Yeah, I would guess he doesn't this year.
Okay.
They might just say like it's Bobby Witt's turn, but Volpe could get one.
He could.
Judge isn't getting Gold Glove in center field, but he is looking like he'll silver slug with ease.
Right, and then there's a Hank Aaron Award, which I think that the Yankees can get. Giancarlo or Rodon comeback player of the year.
Yeah.
Like one of those two. I feel like those two are the leaders there. MVP is kind of tricky with the Yanks, and then Cy Young Award. I don't
know if they have.
I don't know if we'll get a Cy Young unless Luis Gil continues on this trajectory. However, Luis Gil can win Rookie of the Year.
Could win Rookie of the Year.
He could win Rookie of the Year. So that is a possibility. That I will tell you. Are there any other rookies out there that are killing it? Like not more than Gil. I don't think that there's any other rookie out there doing better than Luis Gil is right now.
If the voting were today,
right?
Let me look at some odds on some things.
And then Holmes could win Rolaids relief or the Mariano Rivera. What is that award called?
The Mariano Rivera reliever of the year or something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look into Rookie of the Year.
I think
just see who else is even favored right now.
Right, because AL. I'm just thinking about
right now. Gil's the favorite.
Yes.
Mason Miller's out there.
Oh, okay. Well, he's nasty. I don't know if a reliever would beat a starter though.
If they both finished this year with like the stats they're both doing,
they'll be 1-2.
Then it would be 1-2 in that order. Honestly, AL is not.
It's kind of open, right?
I hadn't thought about that. Like Gil's gonna win.
Right.
I just hadn't thought about it. He is like the heavy favorite right now.
Yes.
Wilyer Abreu is third. Colton Cowser 4, and he's already fallen off a bit.
Right.
Wenceal Perez 5. Okay. Jason Dominguez on this list. Okay.
I don't know about that. That's crazy.
I had not really thought about it, but Gil
can win Rookie of the Year. I mean,
Gil has like a very. He would win it if it was today.
If it was today, he would also win the Cy Young.
He'd win the Cy Young today.
He'd win the Cy Young and the Rookie of the Year, and comeback player of the year. Yeah. No, not comeback player of the year.
Derek Skubal is almost as favored to win Cy Young as Gil is for Rookie of the Year right now.
Really?
Yeah, which I was looking at both of their numbers, and it was like Skubal.
Interesting.
His ERA was a 2.01 through the end of May.
Isn't Gil's lower?
Gil's is lower,
but I guess maybe they're taking
He's pitched a couple more innings.
Yeah, maybe they're taking
and the
into
Cy
effect.
Young odds are just taking into account like how likely it is they
likely,
they keep going.
Yeah, that's a good
Corbin
point.
Burns second.
I honestly, with the way that this team is going, we can go over. Now, there is a thing which shouldn't be a thing, but there is a thing as splitting votes. So would
MVP
Judge and Soto split MVP votes? That's possible. I mean, I don't know.
Cost each other some.
But we've named enough awards that I think that the Yankees can come away with more than 3 here. Whether it's reliever.
As the question was being asked, I was like, nah, no way.
Right.
And then I remembered all the awards.
You started thinking.
Happened.
There's a lot of awards.
All MLB team?
What?
All MLB team?
I don't know if that's. I don't know if we
forgot
can
what
say
those.
that. That's crazy. I'm not even thinking about Silver Slugger, by the way.
Yeah.
Like if you want to include Silver Sluggers, then 100% the Yankees will walk away with more than 3 because we'll get at least 3 Silver Sluggers.
Judge Soto.
Right.
right now there's only like 3 AL outfielders who are any good. And it's Sim Soto and Tucker. So
How's Bobby Witt Jr. hitting?
really, really, really well.
Okay, so he's probably better than Glaber there right now, right? I mean Glaber, Volpe.
Definitely better than Glaber. He's got Volpe beat.
Okay.
Bobby Witt, currently 935 OPS.
Oh my God.
He has 11 homers. He leads the league in hits and runs scored.
Yeah.
He's played every day. I believe he's 100th percentile. That's above average at short.
Okay.
He's been really good.
All right.
Yeah.
What do you guys think an appropriate line would be for Yankees awards?
I think 4.5 might be better.
3.5 or 4.5. I'd be like, I think I would have like for sure taken under.
5.5?
I would have for sure taken the
under.
on 4.5
Okay,
just
4.5.
Oh, weird stuff.
You just don't
happens.
know. And then some person may get more than one award. I don't know if you count that. You know,
Yeah.
I'm thinking he's saying different Yankees winning awards.
Hill's gonna be rookie of the year. That's awesome.
Crazy.
I liked the 3.5 line.
If he gets to the All-Star break like
4.5
this,
might have been the perfect line.
if he gets to the All-Star break like this, then it'll be at the position where I don't think he can lose it.
You'd have to like fall all the way. Like he can coast down the stretch and just like not be bad.
Right.
And he'd be very favored.
Very.
All right.
Good question. Great question. You unlocked like a thought process for us.
Julio's odds shouldn't be this high for MVP.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
I see like 10th.
Our topic of our next call is a guy who knows a little thing about awards as well.
Oh, okay.
What's up, guys? It's Kenta. I got a quick question for y'all. With Garrett Cole coming back soon, or at least sooner rather than later, I was thinking about his whole contract situation, and I wanted to know whether or not you guys felt like you would pick up his option if he were to opt out. And if not, what would he have to show you guys for you guys to want to pick up his last option? Anyways, love the show. Thanks, guys.
Cole has to show me nothing. Like, I think you picked that up.
If he opts out, I'm picking up the extra year on that option without thinking another second about it.
It's not even a thought for me, because the way that you know whether a person is like indispensable for your team, you know, is in a situation where things aren't going well for him, how he acts. He was like a second pitching coach on that bench.
Yeah.
And the fact that like he'll like little things like, hey, Rizzo, go talk to Heel right now because it looks like the game's speeding up for him. Kind of like, go talk to him. That's big, you know, talking to like different pitchers on the bench and whatnot. Whether they're his pitching style or not, just the fact that he could talk ball with them and still, because there are pitchers, Beebs, that will not associate with anything like that if they're not on their throw day. Like they're not trying. They're just
especially
focusing
while
on their
they're
own
on the IL.
Right.
Like some guys, like if you're on the IL, you feel like you're not part of the team.
Correct, and they stay away.
And that's like throughout baseball. It's always been the case. Like it's
And it's
hard to
understood.
feel part of the team when you're hurt. But Cole's like kind of one of the coaches anyway.
Right.
He's always doing that. So he's just like, all right, I'll go all in on doing that.
And just stuff in the off season, like when he tried to talk, I think he spoke to Yamamoto about different stuff pitching wise when they were having their meetings and like just different things. Like given the like he does what Judge does on the pitching side.
Yeah, he's the captain of the pitchers.
That's basically what it is.
For those unaware at home, which probably if you're listening to the show, you're in enough that you know
very
Cole
aware.
has this opt out coming up. He can opt out of the last 4 years, $144 million of his contract. The Yankees have a counter option where they can just tack on a fifth year that would make him have 5 years, 180 left on his deal.
So it'll be like he
And
picks.
that wouldn't.
It'll be like he picks it up. Jake's looking at me because we were supposed to go to the Yankee game. It's like he picks it up and then it automatically assures not only the 4 years but the fifth year as well.
Yes. So get to 5 years, that would bring him through his age 38 season. There's an argument that Cole would be costing himself money long term by letting the Yankees do that to him, like add that 5th year, because he would beat 4 years, $144 million if he hit free agency after this year for sure, and I think he would beat 5 years, $180 million as well. So you could get more money right now in theory, but being able to potentially hit free agency again after 37 for a guy who's been, I know he's hurt right now, as healthy as he's been. Would Verlander just get? Would Scherzer just get at 38, 39, 40? They got much more than $36 million a year. I know shorter term deals.
I hope he opts
that
out.
offer might not be there.
I hope he opts out.
I hope he opts out so the Yankees can opt in.
Right.
And I am excited to lock him up for a 5th year.
And then this is after this season, right?
Promise me that. Yes, after this season.
There's two scenarios, obviously, that the Yankee fans burned the stadium. One, Soto does not get re-signed. And 2, he opts out Cole opts out of his contract and the Yankees don't pick it up for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Like that
They
would
just don't pick it up.
that would be sacrilegious almost. Like it would
What if?
Judge might opt out.
What if?
With no opt out.
He opts out. The Yankees say, fine. Opt out of that for 144. We'll go sign Corbin Burns 5 for 200.
No,
he is younger. Technically, the gun to my head math on that is like that's not an unsmart move. But don't do that. I'm telling you, don't do that.
Actually, I would not do that because there's, like we just talked about, Cole does other things for the team other than pitching.
Important. You better pick up the option you have.
You have to. Guys, I don't even want to talk about it, all right? Next question, please. I'm going to get mad. Get mad.
BBD wants Garrett Cole out of New York.
That's crazy. I can't believe BBD hates him.
I heard Joe say that.
That's crazy. I can't believe BBD hates him.
Well, Joez, I know you're trying to get to the Yankee game, so if you have any final messages or send off for the fans.
Hey, let's win again. It's the Twins. Let's win the series because why not? And then get ready for a sweep. And guess what? Guess who's coming to the stadium this weekend? The Dodgers. Leave us voicemails. Please leave us voicemails. 908-845-5792. We're here for you. Thank you, guys. Deuces.
Great.